Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to today's Chit Chat. Great to chit chat with some of you that are able to be here now. Thank you for your input and questions and thoughts. And also a warm welcome to those of you joining through the video later on. Earlier this week, we had a reference to a title that is used in the Lokik world, and that's Muhadaani. But it's used in the Lokik world specifically with reference to philanthropy. And Baba redefined it in a spiritual way for us. And Baba always values spiritual treasures above physical treasures, although physical treasures are important too. And we had it in yesterday's Morally, I think it was yesterday's or the day before's, where Brahma Baba was saying that he initially was a business person interested in making money. And then he realized who Shiv Baba was. And he realized that Shiv Baba was going to make him into Vishnu. So he thought, who's going to bother with this donkeyship? Let me focus on Shiv Baba's treasures. So Baba redefines for us this concept of the Muhadaani. Maha, M-U-H-A-A, that means great. And Dani, D-A-A-N-I, with a soft D, that means donor or bestower. And so we're going to hear from Baba now what he means by that. And just now in the chit chat, we were talking a little bit about how we can serve. And one of the things that Baba always encourages us to do is to serve. But we can really think about what that means in each situation. Does it mean giving knowledge in every situation? Or does service mean something different in each situation? Baba, it came in one of Mama's classes after the Morally this week that we have to serve because Baba is teaching us about karma. And this drama, it all is a consequence of the karma we're performing. It's not that God gives happiness and sorrow, but it's a result of karma that we perform. And therefore, when Baba is saying serve, he's actually getting us to perform elevated karma. He's saying, take from Shiv Baba and then distribute those treasures. And that process will actually elevate you because you end up gaining the blessings from sharing those treasures. They're not your treasures, they're Baba's treasures. But by doing it, it's good for you. So only Baba can benefit others. But Baba makes us instruments. It's like a game of service. Devi Janki said in her Bhog message a few weeks ago something that she used to say all the time when she was in the corporeal, and that was that Baba is the puppeteer and she's like a puppet moving. And so it's this consciousness that Baba is giving us the treasures and then he's benefiting other souls. But we are part of a game, we're part of a play of service. And the only reason we're doing the service is really to benefit ourselves. Baba is benefiting others. And Baba can do it without us or despite us. But why is he asking us to do? It's for us. So I'll hand over to Ranjan Ben now to read the morning.
Om Shanti, good morning to all. This is the Murli of 2nd December 1993, 02/12/93. Avyakt Bapdada. in order to be number one, become the embodiment of virtues, be great donors, and donate virtues. Today, the unlimited mother and father are looking at the special children in all four directions. What specialities do they see? Which children are constantly knowledgeable? Which children have claimed a right to the unchangeable kingdom of self-sovereignty? Who are constantly free from obstacles? Who are constant yogis and constantly great donors? Only a handful of souls out of multi-millions have become such special souls. Everyone has become knowledgeable, yogi, and a great donor. But only a few have become this constantly. So Bapdada is saying, everyone is knowledgeable, yogi, and great donor, but very few are constantly. So only a handful of souls out of multi-millions have become such special souls. Everyone has become knowledgeable, yogi, and a great donor, but only a few have become this constantly. Those who are unending, unchangeable, and constant can become the victorious jewels of the rosary of victory. At the confluence age, Bap Dada has given every child the blessings of remaining unchangeable and constant, but they have become number wise in constantly imbibing these blessings in their lives. In order to become number one, the easiest method is to become constantly great donors. To be constantly great donors means to be constant, easy servers. Because only those who are easy can be constant. To be constant servers means to be constantly great donors. You are the children of the bestower. You are the elevated souls who are complete with all treasures. The science of being complete is to be a constantly great donor. You are then not able to stay without donating for even 1 second. So Baba gave the sign of complete. Being a complete is to be a constantly great donor. You are then not able to stay without donating for even 1 second. Many souls have also become donor souls from the copper age, but no matter how great a donor they are, they have not become a donor of the unlimited treasures. They become donors of perishable treasures and things. At the conference age, you elevated souls become unending and constantly great donors. Ask yourself, are you constantly a great donor? Or are you a donor according to the time? Or are you a donor according to the chances you receive? So that's the homework from Bapdada for everyone to look within. Constantly, great donors remain busy all the time in donating in three ways. The first donation is that of giving powers through the mind. The second donation is that of giving knowledge through words. And the third donation is that of, did you guess it? Virtues through actions.
Do you want to just repeat them?
So three types. So constantly great donors remain busy all the time in donating in three ways. The first donation is that of giving powers through the mind. The second donation is that of giving knowledge through words. And the third donation is that of virtues through actions. Those who give these three types of donation can easily become great donors. But the result is that the majority of you continue to donate knowledge through words, and you donate powers through your mind according to your capacity. But there are very few who donate virtues through actions. And at the present time, both types of souls, whether non-Jnani or Brahmins, have a need for donation of virtues. At the present time, especially intensify this method for yourself and also for the Brahmin family. These divine virtues are the most elevated. So in inverted comma, it is a Hindi word, Prabhu Prasad. So it means holy food blessed by God. So Prabhu, Prabhu, Prabhu. There's another word for God. It means pra means beyond this worldly ground, this world, the earth, because Baba is up above and he's bodiless. He's incorporeal. So Prabhu, the one who resides up above. Prasad means the holy food, blessed by God. So I'll read this sentence again. These divine virtues are the most elevated. Prabhu Prasad, holy food, blessed by God. So now distribute this prasad, holy food, a great deal. When you meet someone, the sign of your love for one another is that you offer that one some toli. Everyone knows toli. You all like toli, do you not? In the same way, feed one another the toli of virtues. Baba called it Prabhu Prasad, virtues. With this method, the aim of the conference age, which is that of an angel becoming a deity, will easily be revealed in everyone. So, Bhaktada says, with this method, the aim of the conference age. So, what is the aim of conference age? Which is that of an angel becoming a deity, will easily be revealed in everyone. Constantly keep this practice in your awareness. So Baba is giving us a method. It's like a commentary or a drill. So it'd be nice if you can just practice it while listening and going to Baba and practicing as well. And that helps to become an embodiment of this blessing and commentary or drill. Constantly keep this practice in your awareness. I, the child of the bestower, am a constantly great donor. You have to give to non-Jnani souls and Brahmin souls. But Brahmin souls already have knowledge anyway. And so you can become donors in two ways. First, through your mind, give whichever power a soul needs. That is, with a pure attitude and through vibrations, donate the powers to them. That is, give them cooperation. Secondly, through your actions in your practical life, constantly be an embodiment of virtues. Become a visible sample and give others cooperation by easily donating virtues to them. This is known as the donation of virtues. To donate means to cooperate, because nowadays, instead of listening, Brahmin souls wish to see the practical proof. Whenever you give anyone guidance to imbibe power within himself or to imbibe virtues, then some have the thought within their heart, and some even say, who has become such an embodiment of virtues? They wish to see the practical proof, but they don't wish to hear anything. You say to one another, who has become this? We have seen everyone. Do you say this? Bhaktada is asking. So everyone is. I say, do you say this? When something comes up, you say, well, no one has become this as yet. Everything is okay. However, these are words of, what do you think Bhaktada has said? These are words of
Carelessness.
carelessness. They are not accurate words. What is accurate? To follow Father Brahma. Accurate means to follow Father Brahma. Father Brahma constantly considered himself to be an instrument example. And he always made this aim into a practical qualification. So Brahma Baba always considered himself to be an instrument example, and he always made this aim into a practical qualification. Whoever takes on the responsibility is Arjuna. Arjuna. That is one of the Pandavas was named in the scriptures. They show only 5. But Baba says we all are Pandavas and Shaktis. We all are Arjunas. So there is a meaning. I don't know if Baba, I'll read it. Baba probably has explained. So whoever takes on the responsibility is Arjuna. That is, those who make themselves the instruments to be the practical proof are Arjuna. That is, they become number 1. But often in Murlis, they translate it as those who grind their ingredients become like, isn't it?
Those who take the initiative. So Arjun, the one who becomes the practical proof. In the episode of the Gita, in that chapter of the Mahabharata, God is only talking to Arjun. So this is the idea. Once Devi Janki was saying in class that there are many Brahmins who hear the Murli, but I have to become a Brahmin who God is actually talking to, because God is talking to those who are actually going to do it. So Baba is saying that there are many Pandavas, but out of all of the Pandavas, out of all of the Brahmins, those who actually think I have to become, they are Arjuna. Those who wait for others to become and then I do it, Baba would say that's number 2.
Yes, they say Otes or Arjun.
Yeah.
One who does it becomes Arjun, like Brahma Baba, who follow Baba said accurate means to follow Brahma Baba and to become number 1. And we know Baba often says number 1 is fixed, but you can come in first division. So it's good to come with Brahma Baba in the beginning and be number 1.
And we should think about this sanskar that Baba's pointing out to us, which is the sanskar of comparing with other Brahmins, which then results in carelessness.
Yes.
So Baba's saying that you make judgments about where are the Brahmin stages at in order to sort of remove the pressure from yourself. And the intellect becomes skeptical, and it becomes an excuse to reject the need for change. So Baba is saying that what he's observing is that we will listen to the high standard that Baba gives us in the Murli, but we won't follow our ears, we'll follow our eyes. And the eyes will deceive us. The eyes are looking at other Brahmins. The ears are hearing Shubhava. But we give more prominence to the eyes, and that makes us careless. But Baba is saying Arjun is the one who listens to the ears. So it's not that these Brahmins have to become, say for example, there are some Brahmins who feel they are right, and you know that you are right. So Baba would say that your ability to accommodate and tolerate and not hold anything. So say another Brahmin is holding something in their heart about you. If you are holding something in your heart about them because you don't want to lose. But actually, if you become big-hearted, so Baba calls this being the bestower, and what you do is in your heart, you make it big enough to accommodate them, and you change your feelings, then you are Arjun. And your change of feeling will then trigger them maybe to change feeling. But you do it first. Sister Maria, did you want to come?
Yes, when a senior sister said that there's a difference between hearing and listening and imbibing.
Yes, Baba speaks about that in the Morally too, about how I think we all know, we can hear things, but we're not really listening to them. And then actually, I think it was it the Morally of the 10th of January 1990? We heard it a few weeks ago. I'll have to recheck that. We read it again, I think, in a chit chat where Baba was talking about these different, our relationship with the Morally, our relationship with knowledge. You know, one level of knowledge is just listening, but then we actually have to do it. So definitely it's this change in our intellect that we really want to do it. But I think in this point, Baba is taking us a little further where we are happy to do some things, but as Brahmins, we leave ourselves a percentage where we don't do some of them only. And it might be that the center that we attend, there's all sorts of mixed attitudes, let's say. And maybe, like Baba was talking about corruption this morning, and I was mentioning in the class about favoritism. So maybe in the center that you attend, there's a lot of favoritism. And in order to protect yourself, you're also keeping some sort of an attitude. And you're saying, well, this is the situation in the center. These are their attitudes. So this is why. I wasn't really like that, but this is why. And Baba's response would be that become the great dog. That you actually embody the virtue that you think should be there in your center. And that, as the student, you are actually becoming Arjun. Even if your teachers, they don't become Arjun, you become Arjun. That's what it means to be a donor. You can't donate to someone who already has. You're donating to someone that's missing something. So this is why he calls it the donor. And his observation at the start of this Morley was that out of millions of Brahmins, he can only see a handful that are constantly the great donors.
And everybody takes according to their capacity
But he's saying,
and make themselves number. Baba doesn't give number.
He's saying don't.
It's us. We create our own.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is our emotional capacity. So ultimately, our head, in my experience, our intellect is about 10 to 15 years ahead of our heart. And so you understand what you need to do, but having the emotional capacity to do it, and constantly the great donor means with every soul, all the time, that takes a huge emotional capacity to be able to do that. So it's something we have to develop. As long as we have past sorrows in our heart, we won't be able to do it. We must clean that out. And as we clean that out through knowledge and yoga, then our capacity grows. As long as we have a subconsciousness, we won't be able to be a great donor.
And Baba is explaining now. So we were saying, so whoever takes, Baba is saying, whoever takes on the responsibility is Arjuna, that is those who make themselves the instruments to be the practical proof are Arjuna, that is they become number one. If you wish to follow the Father, you will not become number one by looking at others. Instead, you will be number wise. So Baba also said number wise because you keep on looking at others. The sign of a number one soul is that in every elevated task, he will consider himself to be an instrument, to be a sample in order to make it simple for others. So Baba played with sample and simple for others, to make it simple for others. To look at another, whether senior, junior, or equal to you. Even to look at another and think, when that one becomes this, I will become this. Then that one has already become number one. Then you automatically come in the list of those who are number wise. So, one who is constantly a great donor keeps himself busy at every second by donating in any one of the three ways. He is constantly engaged in service according to the time. He does not have any time to listen to or see anything wasteful. So, have you become such great donors? Now, underline this. Have you become constant? If whilst being a bestower, there is a break again and again, then that which is broken cannot be called complete. So at the present time, there is the need to become a bestower of virtues by performing special karma actions. Each of you should have the thought that you constantly have to perform the special task of being the embodiment of virtues and make others the embodiment also. So, each one of you should consider yourself to be a number one instrument, to use this method to finish the weaknesses of the self and of others, and to continue to move forward. You have a lot of knowledge, but now let the virtues emerge. Be an example to become complete with all virtues and to make others this also. Acha, to the constant yogi souls, Bhaktada is giving us the blessings. Acha, to the constant yogi souls, to the souls who are constantly the embodiment of all virtues, to the special souls who are great donors and cooperative souls at every second and in every thought, to those who become a sample in being elevated and who are a simple example to inspire others, to those who consider themselves to be a number one instrument and who give the practical proof, to the souls who are similar to the Father, love, remembrances, and namaste from Bap Dada. and we say Namaste to Bap Dada. Om Shanti. And then shall we read the meeting of Dadi Janki?
Okay.
And then Bap Dada are now talking to Dadi Janki, who has arrived in Madhuban after her tour of Australia, Singapore, and Malaysia, etc. So this is the Murli of 1993. So in 93, Dadi returned from Australia, Singapore, and Malaysia. Everyone's remembrance has reached here. The children from all four directions are constantly in front of the Father. The practical proof of this is that whenever you remember the Father, you experience him to be close to you and with you. You say Baba with your heart, and the comforter of hearts become present in front of you. This is why it is said that the Lord is present in front of you. He is ever present in front of you. Wherever you are, whoever you are with, he becomes present in front of everyone. This is why the Lord is ever present in front of you. So Bap Dada is talking to Dadi. People cannot understand this system of love. Only Brahmin souls know this. Those who are experienced know this experience. All of you special souls are combined anyway, are you not? You cannot be separated. People say, wherever I look, I only see you. Whereas you say, whatever I do, wherever I go, the Father is with me. So this is the difference between bhakti. In bhakti, we just see Krishna or their special deities. Whereas we Brahmin, we say that whatever I do, wherever I go, the Father is with me. Mera Sati Bhagwan. That is, wherever I go, you are there. Just as your task is with you, so too, the one who inspires you to perform the task is also constantly with you. So it is like a Karan Karavan heart, Baba. This is why he is remembered as Karan Karavan heart. So you are combined, are you not? The one who does and the one who inspires. So what is the stage of all of you? So Baba explained the meaning of Karan Karavan Har. So you are combined, are you not? The one who does and the one who inspires. So what is the stage of all of you? It is combined, is it not? The one who inspires is always with the one who does. The one who inspires is not separated from you. This is known as the combined stage. All of you are playing your very good parts of being the samples in front of other souls and making it simple for them. It feels like that, does it not? To make that which is difficult easy is to follow the Father. It is like this, is it not? You played a good part, did you not? Wherever you are, special actors cannot stay without playing a special part. This is fixed in the drama. Acha. It is very good to tour around. You toured around and then came back to your sweet home. A tour for service is a special tour of giving special zeal and enthusiasm to other souls. We had a Murli of enthusiasm. Was it last week, wasn't it? Or the before, 19th March, I think. 1990 Murli was about zeal and enthusiasm. And so, and we know Dadi Janki's speciality. She gave zeal and enthusiasm all the time to everyone. So everything is all right, is it not? Everything is good. The destiny of the drama definitely pulls you. Even if you wish to stay here, if it is not in the drama, what can you do? Even if you think about it, you still have to go. The destiny is the destiny of service, and it enables its own tasks to be carried out. The system is coming and going. Acha, the gathering is good. And then it says, please note, Baba has used the word Ukhund, which implies without end, without break, and continually. But to make it fit with the context, the word constantly has been used. And then it says, in order to become number one, the easiest method is to become constantly great donors. Acha Om Shanti.
Do you want to share anything?
No, I say enough. Thank you.
So would any
Anybody
brothers
else?
or sisters that are here with us like to share anything?
Anything? Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
My takeaway on this is having this constant awareness of who I am, who I belong to. And with that awareness, automatically comes the feeling of not wanting to do anything that is in a negative way. And in serving, that you can constantly serve, because in serving, we serve by vibrations, even without words. And in that awareness is to understand that even my thoughts, if it's in a negative way, that also goes out into the world, that serves as well. So it is really paying attention to my thoughts, my words, and a lot was said where virtues are concerned. So automatically, it comes down to your dharana, becoming an example, let people see you as an example. You're not going out there to prove anything, but to become so aware of who you are that it becomes such a natural way of being. So for me, I know that is where my effort lies. You know, trying to become more and more aware and to be constant. Yes, I am aware at times, but to have that consistency and this constant awareness, you know, that I am a server, I'm a bestower, and what it is I really want to put out there. One of the things that's always been strong in my mind, you know, I've always, when in the Maurice and Baba said, do you hear the cries of the souls of the world? And for me, I have tried to practice as much as possible that
Because then you've just frozen, I think. See if she comes. Ambika, then are you back?
Yeah, I think I took a while till I realized that you all were frozen.
Yes, it's we just got to the bit where you were saying that you can hear the cries of the world.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, and I'm saying that because of that, when Baba says those things, what I always recollect when the Murlis is Baba saying, you do not give sorrow, but you do not take sorrow. And in my taking sorrow is because I'm putting that back out there into the drama, continuing in this spiral. So I really situations, even very recent, has not been some that I would have normally reacted and taken it with some sorrow, you know. But I have recognized that, we all play in our parts the drama. I think when I put drama in front of me, um, some of the things are predestined, but I also do feel at this time I'm creating my drama. And so my reaction or action also impacts on my drama to come in the cycle. And that will stay and that will be fixed. So it is for me personally, my constant effort on becoming aware, being who Baba told me that I am, but also my knowing and realization of who I am. Yep. Home chat.
There's a powerful point about the sorrow. You have to put it back in the drama. I think, as you say, we have to be aware ultimately about our thoughts. And it was very powerful in this morning's morally that Brahma Baba's standard for corruption was forgetting Shiv Baba. That if you're not influenced by Shiv Baba for even a moment, you're influenced by something else. If you forget Baba, your old sanskars will emerge. And then we were hearing that section to Daddy Janki. And when Baba was speaking in the Moradi that there's a handful who are constant great donors, we think of people like Daddy Janki, Daddy Prakashmani, Daddy Gulzar. And what Baba is saying is that they are constantly combined. So Brahma Baba, Mama, these senior daddies, it was their constant yoga that developed that capacity to be a constant donor. So Baba becomes present and is constantly present when we remember him. And then that means that our thoughts are pure and powerful. But otherwise, as you say, our thoughts themselves can be weak, and that's what we're giving. And then I think it's interesting that what Baba, the context of this morally was actually giving to Brahmins. It wasn't so much about giving to souls of the world. And in a sense, that's easier, giving to souls who are non-Brahmins. So Baba is challenging us that can you donate the powers of the mind to the Brahmins, firstly? And I think that there's a question implied in all of this, which is, who am I an instrument for? And what type of instrument should I be? So for the average Brahmin, maybe they don't want to listen to me. And Baba's saying that all the Brahmins have knowledge. There are so many classes, so many books, so many of so much. So actually there's a lot of stuff there. And ultimately, everyone's got the morally. Ultimately, no one really needs a human being anyway, because they can just read the morally and understand directly. So I have to ask myself that for most Brahmins, am I really an instrument for sharing knowledge? And should I be? And if the answer is no, then Baba is saying, what should you be an instrument for? And we have to stay in yoga anyway. So a very good service we can always do is creating the atmosphere of Baba's remembrance. That helps everyone. And then what Baba's challenging us for, by calling it a donation, it makes it interesting for us, the donation of virtue. And he said this is actually the method for quick transformation. If we frame it in our mind, how we usually do it, that when I change, the world changes. This is how we usually do it. Self-transformation creates world transformation. Then it's focused on me giving up something. But the way Baba's framing it in this morning is you're actually giving a donation. You're not giving up something. You're actually giving something, gaining something. So by, for example, forgiving, tolerating, by staying peaceful, it could be some sort of thing, project where you don't even agree with the decision taken, but you're being cooperative. So all of this is being the donor. And Baba's saying, see it as a donation. And so when you're giving something like that, you're not having the expectation that this person should also be like this. But you're just seeing them as a soul. And in this situation, you have to be this. So I think these are challenging questions for all of us to ask ourselves. Where it's Brahmins who we get on with, the donation of virtues is easy. And by using this word Ukhund, unbroken, uninterrupted, constant, Baba's challenging us again. He's not saying that you're not great donors. He's saying that, are you constantly great donors? Can you do it with everyone? And what we can do as Brahmins is be satisfied with 80%. Yeah, I mean, I get on with 80% of the Brahmins. I get on with 80% of the Lokik family. 80% of the time I'm positive, 80%. And we can excuse this 20% because it actually challenges us. But it's that 20% that challenge, that's the bit where it's a donation. The other bit, it's easy. So I think there's a lot for us to think on there. Would anyone like to make any final comments? Okay, so a really clear framework for us. Powers through the mind, knowledge through words, virtues through actions. And it's the virtues through actions that is the special Prabhu Prasad, the holy food offered by God. That's the one that Baba is seeing as the need of the time. And can we develop this connection with Baba so that we become constantly great donors? So let's work on that this week and we can come back and share our experience. You want to say something?
Yeah, and also Baba reminded us and gave us the method. Baba's child is becoming angel and the deity. He gave us that Devata. In Hindi, Devata means always giving. You know, when we go to the temple or wherever, our living statues even give us. They don't ask us for anything. So don't become a Levta. Baba plays with those words. So Devta and Levta, but it is first our qualification is to be angels. In future is Devta, but we create those sanskars now at the conference age, and that's why Baba gave us that method. And Baba said something to underline as well. Constant, was it or something? So Baba has given us lots of homework or methods how to progress. And so go ahead and don't make a number wise. But Baba, because Sudesh, somebody asked, we don't like this word number wise, and so Sudesh Ben also, Sudesh Didi also said that Baba doesn't make anyone number wise. But Baba pointed out that we become careless, and this is how we become number wise and looking at others. So there's quite a lot. I'm sure you all will work on that, and we'll see you next time.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you
Thank you.
for her. I wanted to thank her for her Murli. I forgot.